Rabbis are impartial observers, not swayed by fashion or fad. As Jewish authorities, our job is not to play favorites, except for when it comes to college football team Go Badgers. We don't prefer one prophet over another. Miriam and Moses both have strong messages to share. We don't favor one holiday over another. Passover, Purim, they're both great. And we don't support one sandwich over another. White fish salad and pastrami both have their strengths. But when it comes to Torah portions, it takes a stronger rabbi than me to remain impartial. Some parshiot are just better than others. And this week's, your Torah portion for your B'nai Mitzvah, this might be my favorite. It is Parashat Nitzavim, deep in the book of Deuteronomy. Moses is once again promising and threatening and cajoling us into brit, covenant, with God and our people. I make this covenant with its sanctions, not with you alone, says Moses, in behalf of God. This covenant is made both with those who are standing here with us this day before Adonai, our God, and with those who are not here with us this day. What does it mean to make a brit with those who are not here with us this day? Hundreds of interpretations over thousands of years, including Rashi and Ibn Ezra and Nachmanides, me last year, the giants of rabbinic scholarship, felt that this meant that all of the Jewish people who were yet to come. They say God was including the generations not yet born so that today we would all feel included in and responsible for our sacred covenant. It's very nice. But there's an earlier tradition, one that takes a slightly different tack. Midrash Tanhuma, another ancient interpretation of Torah, suggests that those who are not with us here this day includes all people, including those who existed in the past, together with those in the present and those yet to be in the future. In its commentary, the Midrash teaches that every soul, from Adam to the end of the world, was formed in the 6 days of creation, and that all of them were present in the Garden of Eden and at the time of the giving of Torah, as it is said, with those who are standing here with us this day, and also with those who are not here with us this day. A place where all the souls ever to be created exist together is one of our visions of Olam Haba, the world to come. Afterlife, or heaven, aren't exactly the right terms, because in this place, the souls of those who have been can mingle with those whose lives have yet to be. This midrash from the ancient world was brought to sparkling and breathing life by Dara Horn in the final chapter of my favorite book, her novel, The World to Come. She describes a paradise of learning and gathering, of arguing and trying, a place where we gain wisdom as we are shaped by ancestors and descendants we will never know in life. And then, when it comes time for us to be born, we get booped on the lip, forget all the wisdom we have gained, and emerge squalling into the world. That's where the little dip on our lips comes from. That Olam Haba, that world to come, exists for each of us, even if we can't remember it while we live our lives here on earth. We started there. Eventually, we will return there in a cycle of love and comfort and belonging. As in so much of Jewish tradition, this midrash has more than one mission. It comforts us when we think of our loved ones who are no longer with us, giving us a sense of peace when we think of them reunited with other loved ones past, or sharing the lessons they learned with generations to come. There's magic in imagining this commingling of generations in this time travel of the Spirit. But this world to come also contains, hidden inside of it, another kind of magic. It contains a gentle invitation, a call to awareness and action in this world, here and now. It invites us to hear tonight's Torah portion and not only see ourselves among the generations before, standing with them in Eden or at Sinai, but it invites us also to see all those generations that came before and those yet to be, as if they are standing here with us right now. How might we live our lives differently if we saw ourselves always surrounded by ancestors and descendants? If we saw our words and deeds as chances to show all of those personal witnesses what we've learned and how we're growing? How might we live our lives differently if we saw this world as our world to come? If our ancestors and our descendants could see us and accompany us, we could show what we've learned from our ancestors' examples, their strengths amplified and maybe their shortcomings mitigated in us. We could offer our own victories and our own weaknesses as honest lessons to our descendants for them to learn from. I love this Torah portion because it offers us so much wisdom and also so much space for interpretation, for bringing ourselves into this text. In my reading, my interpretation, this parasha gives us the encouragement we need not to wait until some perfect afterlife, but to see the world we have as a place of connection and inspiration. In this parasha, we are told, Lo vashamayim hi. It is not in heaven. It is not beyond the seas. It, the presence of all of the generations, our ability to act in ways that keep them always with us, is here in our hearts. All we need to do is remember, call the generations to mind, and invite them into our words, our actions, and our lives. We read Parashat Nitzavim twice each year. Once, this Shabbat, on the threshold of the new year, and again, once we've passed over the new year, on Yom Kippur morning. When you hear this parasha again on Yom Kippur, might you be able to call the generations to you so that you are standing all together? Not you with them back at Sinai, but them with you here and now. Not in heaven, not across the seas, but here in your heart. And standing all together, you can choose to speak the words and take the actions that you and all of your generations will recall with satisfaction and joy when one day you return to the world to come. Shabbat Shalom.